everybody. We are playing something. Hello? This is embarrassing. Um, Give me 1 second, real quick. See if this works. Okay, Sony computer. Okay, perfect. That means the game is running. That is what I like to see. There we go. So, obviously, as you can see, yeah. We are going to be playing Spyro the Dragon. Okay, cool. We do have a new game. Empty, so that's what we're going to do. And this is going to be a 100% run. So, we're going to be in it for the long haul. And by the long haul, I mean 4 hours.
Rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it 6? For a Dragon's Age. We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
I'm going to shout for the cutscenes.
What about this Ganasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature. Simple! He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly?
That does it!
Looks like I've got some things to do.
Oh, I forgot. I completely forgot that Spyro is not voiced by Tom Kenny in this first one. So we gotta listen to that, like, really grating, annoying voice. Oh, boy. Oh, I should probably post that I'm playing if the game decides to load. I really need to invest in a different PlayStation, because if this just keeps doing this is going to be really annoying. I have another one. I have another one that I could literally just quickly plug in. Yellow. No. Oh. Okay then. Alright. Well, this is embarrassing, but we'll be right back. now we should be working. We should be. Should be, anyway. Alrighty. So what I did was I swapped out my PlayStations because the one that I currently have, or the one that I was using before, was... Let's turn it down for myself. Basically, the one that I was using before is a traditional, original PlayStation 1. I think it just has like a bad laser or something, which the laser is what reads the disc. But,
Okay, rolling.
because we already watched this.
Peaceful.
We watched this already, so I'm just gonna skip it. But I think it just has a bad laser. So the laser is what reads the disc and what triggers everything to happen. Now that I'm using a different PlayStation that has a better laser, we're good. So the adventure begins, and oh, I forgot that I have no right analogs to control for the camera. So here we are, Spyro the Dragon in its full glory. We're gonna rescue our first dragon, Nestor.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Welcome.
Free 10 dragons in the artisan world. Then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Oh no. Oh, his voice. His voice. Oh. Okay. Alrighty. Now that we're actually up and running and working, I should do this. Everybody say hello. Come hang out with us on stream playing Spyro. And then I need to add a link. Forgive me while I don't understand how, oh, I should probably, I should probably get my, this is embarrassing. I really have, like, no idea. I don't remember how to do this. I forget completely how to do this. It's just okay. I can just copy it. That's no big deal. Twitch.tv/. X. Okay, that's that. I clearly didn't spell that right. Twitch. TV. There we go. Perfect. Attach to snap. To story. I'm also going to do that to Instagram too, just because why not? Story. Come hang with me and Spyro. This is, I feel like I'm taking so much time out of this. Add a link. Can I not add a link? I thought you could add a link, couldn't you? anymore. Okay, let's continue actually playing the game. We're 15 minutes in. We've barely done anything. We've rescued one dragon. Okay. So, like I said, this is going to be a 100% run, meaning that we are going to get every gem and every dragon. So, it'll probably take like 4 hours. I don't think we're going to do it all in one stream. If I have more time, I might stream later today, again, just to finish it. But that's what we're going to do. I'm going to focus primarily on gems because I'm used to playing the Reignited trilogy, which is the remaster of all 3 of the original trilogy, which is, you know, this one, and then 2 and 3. And from the get-go, you have an ability that lets your dragonfly, Sparks, pinpoint the precise positions of every single gem in the game. So you don't have to, like, be scouring every single level for gems. But that's not the case for this, so I'm going to be paying really close attention more to the gems because the dragons are not so hard to find. The gems, on the other hand, they can be. So there's the balloonist that takes us to the next world. We're not going to worry too much about that for now because, like I said, we're going to do every single level 100%. We're going to get all the dragons, all the gems. So, and the thing that I love about Spyro 1 is the fact that you can do everything on your first go. You don't have to backtrack. Alright. Rescued Thomas.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers.
Oh, that.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty. So, this first level is the Artisan's World, and I honestly, I know that there are better worlds out here, like there are better hub worlds in all 3 of the Spyro games. This is my personal favorite, just because I think I just have a lot of nostalgic connection to it. I did not play Spyro when it came out. It came out in 1998. I was born in '99, and growing up, I was not a PlayStation kid. I was an Xbox kid. My very first console that I didn't own it. It was my brother's, but the first console that we had was an original Xbox, and we were not PlayStation kids, so I did not have Spyro until I had my first PlayStation at 15. And when I started playing it, I immediately fell in love with it. I love this game so much. I love all 3 of them, but all 3 of the originals. But I think this one personally is my favorite just because of the fact that it is. I know it's not the best version, or it's not the best in the series by any means, but it's my personal favorite just because of the way because of how charming it is. I personally like it more than the other 2, just because there's more to its charm factor. So like I said, I'm avoiding all the levels right now because I want to get all of the gems and all the dragons in the hub world first. So that's what we're doing. And I'm just trying to get reused to the controls because I have not played this in a while. Delbin.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Oh god.
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
See, like, I like how this game tells you what to do, but it doesn't exactly tell you what to do. I like that. So, that was Clancy Brown. That is the voice of Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob. Alright, so there's like 2 different attacks, as you can see. Like, I can flame, and I can also charge. Okay, so that's only 100 gems in here, so that's good. So we got all the gems in this level. Argus.
Oh, Flash, do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal in the dragon mouth.
Welcome
but
to the
you are
stream.
not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other artisan lands.
That's totally fine. All right, so now that we got all the gems, we're gonna go hunt down all the dragons and call it a day. Let's double check real quick. We got the one over there. I think we're only missing one. I think we're only missing the one, right? Yeah. Oh no, we got them all. Oh, cool. We got all 4. Alrighty. So, just to get it out of the way, because I really don't, I don't prioritize the speedway levels, we're gonna go ahead and get the speedway level out of the way. Now, the speedway level in the first hub world is hidden, so later on, in one of the levels, we'll talk to a dragon that we rescue saying, you should try jumping on the stones in the hub world, the artisan world, in the pond. Like, oh, okay, I wonder what that'll do. So if you do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you'll do that. And it'll open up the Sunny Flight level. So, oh my gosh. I just got done playing the Reignited trilogy all over again, and that kind of made me want to stream this. But man, I just love this one compared to the Reignited. I like the originals. I just like the feel and the look to them. All right, so these flight levels are basically centered around one thing, and that's getting all of the objectives within a certain time limit, and you get them done, like, and the more that you do, the more time that they add back to your limit. So you have to try and do it like within a certain time limit. So obviously I had to get all those trains, I had to get the treasure chests right here, and I have to fly through some arches, as you saw before, and I forget what the last one is. So I have to fly through these guys. Are you guys getting like some weird audio too? Because like my audio's cutting in and out, it seems. Maybe it's just the way that. Alright, so this is gonna be cutting it really close. Nice. One go. Nope, we're done. Alright, so now we have a total of 400 gems. And I love these sound effects. I think that's one of the reasons why I absolutely like the originals a lot more, is just because I like the minimalistic, like, there are the limitations that they had. I like the, it just makes me very happy, you know. So I fell in the water, and it hurt me. You cannot swim in the first game, so you need to replenish your health by flaming these guys, and Sparks will eat one of the butterflies, and get back some health. So now we're going to start off with Stone Hill, which is probably the biggest level in the first hub. There's really not that much to say about it until I'm actually like in it. All right, so in this one we have 4 dragons, 200 gems. I will say the one thing that I do not like about this level, there's a massive like open field like up here, like we're inside like a basin, but like the outside of the basin is explorable, and the gems kind of blend into the ground up there, so I'm not super excited to try and find them up there. But periodically I will be checking in on to make sure she doesn't need anything. So I just wanted to let you know if you see that I'm like gone for like a minute or two, that'll probably be why. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna actually do that. I'll be back. She's good. Alright, back to the game. Alrighty, what were we doing now? Which direction did we come from? We came from that way, so we're going here. Astor.
After you freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
Also, after playing the Reignited trilogy, even though the dragons may look better and may have more things to say, like more useful things to say, voice acting in this original is so much better. With the exception of like the few dragons that have absolutely nothing to say when you release them in this one, because they'll be like, "Thank you for releasing me. Thank you for releasing me." Like that's all. That's all they'll say. Key. So these chests over here, they're metal chests. They can only be rammed to open up. They cannot be flamed, which is what I did there. And that key that I picked up opens up a treasure chest that can only be unlocked with said key. So we'll be looking for that. And I don't know where it is, but also there's probably a secret down here. There is. Lovely. Oh, there's the key for the treasure chest for the key. There we go. Perfect. That's gonna unlock a good couple of gems. Let me get another dragon.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Like me.
Sure.
Alright. Up we go. Up we go. Does this game have... Okay, so he technically operates on tank controls. I was wondering if Spyro 1 has tank controls or not, and I think it does, but I'm playing with an analog, I'm playing with a DualShock, so it's gonna be, so it's still a little bit more accurate, but I still didn't know if like it's fully analog or not. All right. I'm so happy. I like playing this. I like playing the first game so much. I feel like I have so much more to say, but at the same time, I don't have that much more to say. And that's really not a good thing for a streamer. If you guys are in chat and want to talk, come and hang out and talk, and I will converse with you because I like talking to people.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
Okay. Stuff I already knew, but you know. It's for the stream. And now we're in the upper section. We have 141, so I think the rest of the gems that we need to find are up here, if I remember correctly, but I also could be wrong, so. And Yeah, like, see what I mean? Like, like some of the gems up here will blend in to the ground. Or at least they did in the Reignited. I wonder how much more they stand out here because the sharper colors and the more polygonal textures. Yeah, see, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Alright. Oh, I forgot egg thieves, too. Right there. So, throughout the game as well, there will be these egg thieves that will go like, na-na-na-na-na, and you have to chase them around until you can ram them and get the egg, which is just one of the other collectibles in the game. And that does also count towards our 100% rating as well. So, keep that in mind. And they also do not advertise, I think. Oh, that's the word I'm looking for. They don't properly tell you that that's part of your 100% completion. That should have... That should have gotten... That should have come up with me, but it didn't. Like I said, I'm missing the ability for Sparks to point out the gems that I'm missing. That's the one thing that I'm missing from the Reignited trilogy. I think I got everything in the upper region. Oh, I didn't. Aha. Now I think that's everything from the upper region. So let's go ahead and go this way. There's our last dragon. I really hope that that's it. That's it. That's it.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Well, this whole game and then the next two are going to be nothing but running into trouble. Well, I take that back, because Spyro, all he wants to do in the second game is go on vacation, and he's kind of pulled into trouble. Alright, return home. That's one... Well, it's 2 levels done, technically, because we did the other one. If you want to count the hub worlds, 3, but still. Alright, so next one, I think we're going to go ahead and do Dark Hollow, which is this one that's kind of in the maze over here. This one is going to be shorter than Stonehill. It's much, much smaller. So, we don't have to worry too much about... We don't really have to worry too much about it taking forever or missing any gems because they're pretty easy to find. Alright, so notice these guys have shields now. These small guys have shields, meaning they can't be flamed unless the shield's down. Which is kind of, they kind of introduce like new enemy types to the games every so often. That just happens to be one of them. Alright, so here, right off the get-go, we have another one of those chests that require keys. I missed that jump because I'm so used to the fluidity of the Reignited trilogy because I just got done playing that. So I actually have to make these jumps count a little bit more. Okay. And here's our first dragon. Alban.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
There you go. And see, I kind of like how if you're a kid playing this game and don't really have a full understanding of how things work in the world, I like how the dragons kind of like feed you that information. But they're not like, but it's not like super obvious. I mean, but then again, it's it's more so about the limitations that they had back in the day than anything else, because you know they didn't have tutorials to. They couldn't really always do tutorials that like showed you the buttons, giving you like the on-screen prompts. Come on, turn around. See what happens. Like that. This one only has, oh, it only has 100. Okay. And there's a key. I just hurt myself. Just like I said, still getting used to the still getting used to the original's controls again. It's gonna take me a minute, but I'll get it. This. It's more of an emphasis on, well, I mean, it's a platformer. There's always gonna be emphasis on the platform. But Oswin.
Psst, Spyro. Want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret's safe with me.
What? Your secret's safe with me. I mean, I guess he did say it was a secret, but still, it's not a very interesting secret, because ooh. Now let's go get some health because we are low on health. So it starts off with sparks being yellow or like gold or whatever you want to call them. That's full health. Missing a hit is blue, and then missing 2 hits is green, just like you saw. And then you have one more, and then after he gets hit one more time, he's just gone. And you have 1 hit left until you die and lose a life. But yeah, it's pretty standard stuff for a platformer. But it also does make it really annoying because Sparks like picks up the gems like from a distance, so, like from here. Like, you know, I would have to like walk into the gem to actually get it, but because if I'm just like in a close enough proximity, I don't have to worry about it because he'll pick it up for me. And if you have no hit points left, then you lose that. All right, we got Darius.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with a club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
But a quick flame. Alright. We're not going home. We're just getting the gems around it. I think that the last of the gems should be right up here in this chest. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, because I really don't want to go. Oh, I think I see one over there anyway. Oh yeah. There's one. There's one over. There's 2 gems over here. And it's a 2 gem anyway. And oh, okay. There's more over here. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. Alright, and this over here, I forgot to mention earlier, that is an extra life if you couldn't figure that out by now. Alright, so that's 100% on this level. I don't believe there's a dragon egg in this one as well, so we're just gonna go right on home. Easy peasy. Another thing that I like it and I don't about this first game is that there's no money bags. You don't have to worry about money bags, which is the bear in Spyro 2 and 3 that you have to like pay gems to like do certain things, like learn skills and like open doors and stuff like that. I'm kind of glad that he's not in this game because all the gems that I get to keep are my own, but at the same time, like there's no gratifying moment of getting it back, of getting them all back. Alright, so this is going to be the last traditional level in the Artisan World, the town square. there's 200 gems, and there's 4 dragons, and there's a dragon egg. Nils.
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
Cool. Gotta love this camera. Yeah. You know, I was thinking recently, like, about like the amount of games that actually support the analog control for the DualShock, and I was thinking, like, how many of them did that back in the day? You know, like, I know that Ape Escape was the one that was like the first one that required DualShock to function properly. But I've never played Ape Escape all the way through. I've only played it just like a little bit, and I'd like to try it again. So if any of you out here are watching and actually enjoy what I'm doing, let me know what you'd like to see me
Thanks,
play after.
Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Oh, did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing X at the very top of your jump?
Yes, I did know that. You can hear that bastard in the background. This one has a little bit of forethought in terms of like maneuvering around the
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
That's one of my favorite voice lines. I like this guy's Alvar, my favorites. Yeah, but this one we have to like do like a little bit of like thinking around the level design to actually like get places like up there. We have to get up there. But the way we do that was we do this. And I forgot how slippery the original is. There. We can also flame the guy if you get a good enough if you're good enough with that, with like switching buttons like on the fly like that. There's one I missed here. So luckily that should be the hard part. We're gonna go ahead and get everything here first, so we don't have to backtrack and do that platform over again. Get everything up on the top first. Luckily, there isn't anything right there. So we can just go ahead and fly our way over here. Like that. Alright, these ones you have to like flame a couple times to get the fan going. I don't understand why that broke, but okay. And that should be all 200. Some 200 gems, the egg, and that should be the last one. Thor.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yes, one of the very many dragons that we'll be hearing with that same specific voice line. Alright, that should be everything. We are good. Return. Alrighty, so that was the last traditional level in the Artisan Homeworld. So now we're going to be going to the first boss fight of Spyro 1. And one of the excuse me, I'm so sorry, that was disgusting. But one of the things that we'll know about Spyro 1 is that they have probably the worst boss fights I'm sorry, they're so bad. Toasty. And you also know that like it's a boss level when it's the level of a or the name of the level is a character or an actual name, not like the name of a place or something. So we have Toasty. It's our first boss level, and if I'm gonna be honest, he's also the hardest boss. Not because of him, but because of these damn dogs. These guys are not fun to deal with. So the way that I deal with them is that I just get right outside of their aggro range to where I can flame them, and then I just double flame like as quick as possible. That was almost too close for comfort. So like I do this and flame before he can do anything else, because you flame them once and then they just like jump on you. Again, perfect. That camera didn't really help me there. You, perfect. Oh, and then I missed a couple gems back here. Like I said, I really don't want to have to backtrack for gems if I can help it. So I'm trying to get them all like on the first go, just as easy as possible. Focus on this dog over here first. That was also too close for comfort. See what I mean? If you're not fast enough with that, then he's just gonna do that. And what I don't like is the fact that there's also no healing items in the boss levels. So you're just kind of screwed until you either die or. Okay, come on. See, now that I have no sparks, I have to walk into all the gems to pick them up. Okay, how about I do that? Jumping. Okay, there we have our first death. But I'm also just now gonna ignore all these guys because of the fact that I don't need them. But I will need to get past these ones. So I'm just gonna run and say I don't care. Where am I going? I'm going right here. Yeah, that works much better. I think that's a much better strat. Is the flame and then jump flame. I think that definitely will make for a better. That will definitely make for a better. Yeah. Oh, cool. He dropped a life. So I got that life back anyway. So that's nice. Nevin.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, except for the fact that the only tricks that are worth knowing about are the dogs. And we've already dealt with them before, so. Okay. So also, did you notice, oh, he's a pumpkin, oh, he's scary, he's got a scythe, and a witch hat, and all that stuff. Yeah, no, you also notice that there's a sheet popping out. A little bit of foreshadowing as to what that might be. So can I get them both? Yes! Oh, look at that, that was awesome. Oh, it's just a sheet on stilts. Let's see if I can get both. These guys both in one go. Nice. And 15. I honest, because there's nothing back there anyway, so. Maybe a phone call. Give me 1 second, guys. Hello? Yes, it is. Hey, how you doing? Oh, okay, cool. We'll do preference. Wednesday, Thursday? Probably Thursday. 7:30. Yep. Yes, please. Restaurants. Yep, we're gonna go with nature, celebration, discovery, and then we're gonna go with restrooms. We'll go with west, center, and east. Yeah, might as well. Could we put Guardians as well in between celebration and discovery restrooms? Yes. Location, and then would be time of day and then hours. Perfect. All right, thanks so much. All right, have a good one. I really got to start planning these streams around times where I will not be interrupted. Anyway, that was just work. Alright, so where were we? We were trying to find some gems. We were missing 4. So probably 2 greens. And I probably... Guys, I think I'm an idiot. I think I'm an idiot. Okay. Alright, so that's that. We're good with that. And now that we're done, we can go straight to the Peacekeeper's world, which is the next world. Cool. So that's done. Straight to the Peacekeeper's world. So, also, if you hit enemies that you have already gotten for gems, then they drop orbs that build up to your next life. See those, like, orbs around my life counter? Yeah, if you make a full circle of that, it gives you an extra life. Wow, I see you've been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro. Travel to the Peacekeeper's world if you would like. Or would you... World if you'd like. Yeah, okay. Go to Peacekeepers. Boom! Just bounce on the guy's head. Alright. I'm not looking forward to Treetops. Treetops is not in the Peacekeepers world, nor is it even in the next world after that, but it will be in the world after that one, and that is the hardest. That's the hardest level in the game because of the.
Welcome to Peacekeepers, Spyro. Look how our treasure has been turned against us and stolen. Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
I mean, yeah, that's what we've been doing. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, Treetops. Treetops is hard because of the stuff that you have to do to actually get the 100% completion rating on that one is insane. You really need to know what you're doing and figure out how to figure out how to properly speed charge or charge it. Alright, cool. I'm horrible at multitasking, as you can see. I definitely could stem to get some practice on streaming. Life, not. Let's get the dragons and the gems around here. Magnus.
Hi, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
So this guy, I kind of got the vibe off of him that it almost sounded like it was like, it's obviously Clancy Brown's voice, but it almost sounded to me like Clancy Brown doing an impression of Bill Fagerbaki, doing Patrick Starr. That's what it sounded like to me. All right. Okay, move the cannon this way. There we go. Bam. And then we're gonna move it this way, and bam. How do I move it over? Oh, okay. I think it just had to be like in the right, just had to be in the right spot, I guess. Dr. Shemp, there's our boss fight for the Peacekeepers world. We will not be doing that until last. Alright, and there's 200 here, and there's 200 and 3 dragons. And all the ones that go down there. Oh, I also have to use that cannon to open up that spot over there. As indicated by the giant target on the side of the thing. Excuse me. I tried. Let's go get a bunny. There are bunnies in this world. Let's go gems over that way. We're gonna go over this way to get the dragon egg. Didn't even give him time. Didn't even give him time to even start moving. He just turned around and his ass was already on fire. Cool. And then this is our last dragon in the world, Gunner.
Well done, Spyro.
Hey.
Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some...
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
All right then. He almost said ass. He's so edgy. Okay. So we'll go here. there. It's just gems. There's the chest. And that should be all but like one or two, because I saw. Okay, there's two. I think they're two reds, because yep, they're right there. Perfect. So if that's the case, then Peacekeeper's Hub World is done. Now, I think I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna follow suit and do the flight. If I remember correctly, this flight was probably one of, if not the hardest flight in the game. It's Icy Flight. Or Night Flight. I remember that this one wasn't super easy, but we'll get it done. Might not be the first try though, so. The hardest one. This is one of, if not the hardest. It might take a couple tries. I'm better at video games than I thought I was, guys. New record. No, I'm good. That'd be fun to play too. Mario Party. Get my wife and a couple of friends on stream to play Mario Party. That'd be fun. I have a lot of like sound bites and music and stuff running in my head at all times, so if I just say something like that's just randomly from like a video game or a movie or something, like a song, it probably was in my head for like a minute or so, or it just popped into my head when like saying something. Alright, so our first level for this is going to be Dry Canyon, and this one has like our first little, or this one has well, not really, because we did a fly around, and we had to do like some kind of fly around in Town Square. So for this one, we've got 400 gems, so biggest one yet. 400 gems, 4 dragons, and an egg. And I like that these guys are fighting each other, so don't have to do a whole lot of the hard work. Yeah, so this level does have like a little like workaround for flying that we have to keep in mind. But all in all, not too bad. Actually, quite easy, quite fun. And then here's our dragon egg. Here's our dragon thief. And if he wants to come here, stop resisting arrest. Hello, welcome to chat. We're just hanging out playing some Spyro 1. Have you ever played Spyro 1? I want to know everything. Tell me everything about yourself. You're the only person in chat, and I would love to talk to somebody. Did I miss something over there? Or is that just a bunny? I don't know what that was. Interesting.
Thank you for releasing me.
Awesome. Which one's your favorite? I've already told, I was already talking before when there was nobody listening. also established that I'm not good at multitasking, so I apologize if I suck at the game while trying to talk. So, which one is your favorite? I think, like I've already said, my personal favorite of the trilogy is this one. I know it's not the best in the series in terms of gameplay, but it is my favorite just because of the way that it looks and the way that it sounds and just the overall, like, clunkiness of it. It's one of my favorites. Also, could you be my guinea pig and tell me if the game or if I am too loud or too soft? Welcome to stream. Here, do all of these things for me, please.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
See, like, that's a good way to, like... That's a good way to tell people that, It's a good way to, like, show people that there's more to this level. I like that. Ooh! I did not mean to do that. Favorite's 3, but I've always loved 2 and 3 almost the same. Don't like 1 as much, but 1 is still great. Yeah, and that's perfectly fair. Like, I totally understand that everybody likes 2 and 3 better because they are the better games. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I love 1 for my own personal reasons the most, but I know that is the worst in the game. Also, the game is a little loud compared to the mic. If you can lower the game. Perfect. Thank you so much. That's so much. I really appreciate that. Alright, so we're just kind of... Alright, is that better? Also, the mic placement is not the best. I'm kind of limited to my space at the moment, so... something to compensate for. Was that our first 25er? Nice. But yeah, like I said, I know that 1 is not the best in the series, but it's my personal favorite for my own reasons. Seems better. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. I was also talking before you got on stream, saying how I'm not excited for treetops. I'm not excited for treetops in the slightest. Another thing that I'm also very much appreciative of this game over the others is the fact that I can 100% it in one go without having to backtrack. I just went back to the start of the level for no reason whatsoever. Oh yeah, the jump on treetops had me scratching my head for the longest time. Right? Like, the first time I played this, I was like 15, and I had my cousin with me. Like, my cousin and I, like, this was like our favorite game that we played during that summer. And because we pretty much like played the entirety of Spyro 1, 2, and 3, and we 100%ed 2 and 3, but we didn't 100% 1 mostly because we could not figure out treetops. And at the time, when we were playing, we were kind of like on a little vacation when we were playing, so we didn't really have internet to like look it up. Also, this is 2015, so like certain places still just didn't have good internet back at that point, so we were definitely limited to our own wits. And if we ever got like a chance to go somewhere with Wi-Fi. That's what you get when you look at chat for a second, guys. See, I always thought to myself, oh, streaming's got to be like super easy. Like, you don't really have to like, you just have to know the game well enough, and then like you look over at chat like once a minute, and like it's no big deal. No, oh my god. Something I wish 3 had less of is the friends levels. I used to not mind them as much, but since I play it so often, I get tired of just want a regular Spyro. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way about that too. Like, I like the friends levels. I think they're a fun novelty the first time you play, but at the same time, I'm just when I replay, I'm just like, I'm done. Let's.
You're the young dragon I've been hearing so much about.
I'm done. You know.
Ever since you're a wee puff of smoke, we've known.
You've known?
I forget.
Like I said, same thing in Crash. I get tired of the plain water chest keys. Honestly, though, with Crash, I have to disagree because I think those are some of the best levels in the game. But everybody's 100% entitled to their opinion. I was also considering playing Crash today instead of Spyro, but I'm much more of a Spyro fan than I am a Crash fan. So I decided to go with Spyro. And I also know Spyro better. I've only played Crash 1 once on the Insane trilogy, and I tried to play the original. Like, I have the original on my shelf. Like, I am recording this on original hardware. Oh, that's not the way to get there. I am recording this on original hardware, and I've never like beaten Crash 1 in its original form, and there's a good reason for it. And that is, 1, because I don't really like Crash 1, and 2, it's Crash 1 on PS1. Do I really need to say more? Fireworks. Man. I do love the Tiger Boar levels in Crash. Those are super fun and fast-paced. Yeah, okay, when you say like jet ski and like snowboard, like, yeah, I totally get those. Like, I think there was a miscommunication on my part about the specific levels that you were talking about. But I definitely agree with you that those levels I could definitely do more without them. Now I gotta get the key and come back to that one, and I have to remember specifically where I can. That's not the correct way. I have to remember specifically where I need to do that jump turnaround, because there is one of those in that. Like, at least like this Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. That's to foreshadow the fact that there is a secret jump that you can pull it off, and I have to remember where. All right. I think it's this way, and I think it's just, yeah. I think it's right around over here. Yes. Woo-hoo. Have you seen any of the cool Spyro mods that have been made in recent years? No, I haven't. I'm much more of a console player than I am a PC player. But I have started to dabble in PC a lot more because my PC is good enough.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled, with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, no, I've definitely been looking at getting more into PC gaming because I have a PC that's good enough for that. I just don't, because I prefer to play console, and also I'm much more of a old school gamer than I am to keep in touch, keep updated with the new stuff. But that's mostly my own personal preference, and I went the wrong way again. But like, what kind of mods you talking about? Like, I want to know. I'm super curious now. Somebody's birthday today. Facebook is annoying with like annoying me with like, hey, you know it's this person's birthday. I'm like, I don't care. I completely forget like which way I'm going now. Streaming's easy. You just gotta know the game. Yeah. Okay. Anybody just showing up, welcome to the stream. I gotta remember that I can't charge jump in this game compared to the others. I need to like stop and then jump, like, cause I'm so, like I said, I was playing the Reignited trilogy before this. I played all three of the Reignited trilogy, like, I played the Reignited trilogy, all three of the games, 100% of them, and then I started streaming this today. There's a Spyro 2 challenge mod that moves orbs and NPCs around and changes the missions to make them harder, and there's Spyro 3 randomizer that randomizes the egg locations, gem value, Spyro's color, and level and names. Ooh, that sounds interesting. It's almost kind of like, yeah, it's like any kind of like SNES or N64 randomizer for like the Metroidvanias or this Zeldas. I love those. I love watching them anyway. I feel like if there was any kind of like randomizer that I could do, it would probably be an Ocarina of Time randomizer, because I know that game extremely well. And it should be all of them. I love how that was keeping me in suspense. Yeah, 400 out of 400. That's everything with this. Perfect. Yeah, is that just like a... Yeah, so that's a mod for the Reignited trilogy, I'm assuming, because that's the only way that you can play them on PC, right? Correct? Return home. 1,900 gems already. Alrighty. What's next? I think what's next is going to be... Clifftown. I love Clifftown. This one's one of my favorites. Nah, there are mods for the... oh, yeah, the OG1 emulator. I'm not a fan of the remakes. Not a fan? What's the reason? There's probably multiple, but feel free to list them off, because like there are certain things about the Reignited trilogy that I'm not a fan of either. But I'm curious, because I feel like I'm so secluded all the time that I don't really get to talk to a bunch of other people about specifically Spyro. I love this one. I love this level so much. This is one of my favorites. Everybody else joining in, we are playing Spyro, and we're doing a 100% run. So we're going to be in it for the long haul, and by long haul, I mean probably 4 hours. I'm probably not going to do all of it in one stream. I'm probably going to call it quits maybe after I'm done with Peacekeepers, just because I've got a few things that I have left to do today. I might stream later, if I have the time to. And if you guys have the time, I would love it if you would come and hang out. Because your company is always appreciated. I hear the bastards. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Oh man, come here. I will read your message as soon as I'm done. Okay, got it. All right. I'm just not interested in my favorite game looking and sounding so different. It's a remake. It's remakes in general, not just Spyro. I like my PS1 and 2 games specifically because of how they look and feel. So I never got the opinion. Yeah, I totally get that too. There are certain things that like,
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't harm metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
All right, do it. I mean, are we annoyed of me shutting up for the cutscenes? Because I can not do that. But I totally get that with remakes, because I'm much more of a purist at heart. Like the reason why I play games like in their original form first before playing remakes is because I am a purist and I like to know how the game was originally supposed to be done. I love OG hardware too. Right now I have a PS2 slim for my PS1, PS2 games. I have so much shit. Like honestly, if I get enough followers and they tell me that they want to do like, or they want to see like a tour of my retro setup, I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. If you are at all interested, I would love the follow, and you would help me get to that goal. Obviously, don't feel the need to. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. But I love hanging out with you, and I would like to chat with you more frequently on these kinds of streams if you're interested. I feel like I'm a car salesman trying to get people to follow my Twitch stream. Am I a little bit pathetic? Yes, I am. Do I care? Kind of, yeah. That's a firework thing. Cool. Right. Cool. And okay, then there's the one dragon that's over there. Enzo. I love that name.
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
Thanks, asshat. Alright. This, I can go ahead and flame that. Put that over there. And then get these up top. I don't think I missed any cauldrons, but I think I might as well just go ahead and do a quick wrap around with that, just to make sure. Okay, got that one. Got that one. Oh, missed some gems over here. And over here. Fun fact, the voice of some of the dragons in Spyro 1 is also some of the same voice. Also the voice of Cortex and Evil Mask and Crash Clancy. Yeah, I actually before you got on stream, I actually made a couple of references to that. I also thought that one of the voices for the dragons that he did, I can't remember which dragon it was. If we go back and watch the VOD, I'll probably figure it out. But it was obviously Clancy Brown's voice, but it honestly sounded like he was doing he was doing like an imitation of Bill Fagerbaki, doing Patrick Star as one of the dragons, and I thought that was really funny. That kind of tickled me. Like I love to like the old voices in some of these games because like you know them because you hear them everywhere, and I'm also kind of upset at the fact that we're not getting Tom Kenny as Spyro in this game, but you know, it is what it is. It's kind of fun to just it's really fun to rag on this voice actor because it's just so cringe. I mean, like it's not bad, but it's just cringe, you know? It's like trying way too hard. Alrighty. Now we're on the other side of this. We're just gonna go ahead and do the vultures like that. Thank you. Fly at me, see what happens. He didn't fly at me, but I flew at him. Is there like an aggro thing that I'm not getting with these guys? Because like, I feel like they're harmless. Oh, there we go. There's just some kind of like range that I'm missing. All right, there's this. And there's the last dragon. Sounds like a book. I think it is a book. Yeah, I love Tom Kenny as Spyro. In fact, it's funny because Spyro in the first game is like a kid who's just fed up with all these old people telling him stuff. Yeah, which was like kind of like the whole gimmick in the 90s.
Reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind there.
Well, thanks for activating it for me, because it wouldn't have been activated unless I freed you. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get the stuff that's behind here first, because there is some cool shit back here. And by cool shit, I mean just shit that I've been getting for the rest of the level, just back here. I did get that, right? I did get that last one. Alright, and then there's a couple gems up here that I'll grab. And then there's a couple more there should be 20. I got that. Yep, I'm just missing 20 gems. There's better be 2 10s, otherwise I'm not gonna be very happy. Oh, I missed. I'm so used to the Reignited control schemes. Like, I like remakes every so often. I don't think that they're too bad. I just think that sometimes there's a lot that can be lost in translation, so I definitely understand your viewpoint on not liking remakes in general. What other platformers do you like? Have you ever played Rayman? I've played the first Rayman. I've played the very first Rayman from on the PlayStation, and I'm not really a fan. And the thing that sucks is that I know that Rayman 2 is completely different and much better, but I just haven't gotten around to playing it. And I also know that there's a bunch of versions of Rayman 2. Do you have any specific recommendations on the one that I should go for if I decide to play Rayman 2? Because I'm so lost when it comes to the Rayman 2 ports, because there's so many of them. Yeah, got all that. Alright, now we do the one that's down here. But other than Rayman, I very much enjoy Mario 64. That's probably my favorite platformer, if I had to pick one. I also really am privy to Pandas because pretty much any of like the classic platformers, like the really like big 3D platformers that you can think of, I love them. I love the 64 platformers. Just pretty much anything classic that you could think of, I like it. I think this is like one of the first like levels that I feel like I will miss things if I don't pay super close attention, because there's a bunch of like stuff that's like hiding behind like big jumps that if you're not paying attention then you'll just miss. But I'm also curious as to some of the stuff that you like too.
A word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
Highly recommend Rayman 3 if you ever want to try it. It's awesome, and as far as Rayman 2, I'm not an expert on it, but I'm sorry to pause the game just so I can read this. But I think a lot of people like the PS2 version of it the most. I think the most definitive version with the most content. I think it's the okay. I personally also like the PS1 version. Yeah. Yeah. I personally have no clue because I know that there's the PS1 version, there's the PS2 version, there's the Dreamcast version, there's the 64 version, there's the 3DS version. Isn't there one for PSP as well? There's so many of them, and it's so hard to keep track of it because it's all the same game. Stop emailing me. I should put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So unprofessional. And Rayman 3, I don't really actually know a whole lot about Rayman 3 because everybody and their mom that talks about Rayman on the internet talks about Rayman 2 and how that one is like the best one of the series. So that's all I have to say about that. Mario 64 is definitely my favorite platformer because I think as far as I know, it's my favorite. It's the first platformer and first video game that I ever played. My cousins had a Nintendo 64 at their cottage, and I think it's still there. But I don't care anymore. I'm in the middle of a story. I know what he's gonna say anyway. But they had a 64 at their cottage, and I walked into and it was set up in like a room that had like 6 different bug vents in them. So like when the kids all came, they would all stay in that room, and they would all just like bunk with each other. They had a 64 set up in there, and I just remember walking into that room, and I was like it's like a core memory that was unlocked. That like I walked into that room, and like I just saw them playing Mario 64, and then they handed me the controller, which, you know, for a 2-year-old, a 64 controller is like it's alien tech. So I started playing it, and then I forgot that the game existed until like I was 14, and somebody like reminded me that retro gaming is a thing, and that like old games are a thing, and they're kind of awesome. it was almost like a core memory unlocked and like a fever dream when I started playing Mario 64. Okay, now that I've said that story, yeah, I like N64 is OG. PS1 I think is mostly visual changes, and the PS2 added a hub world and I think extra mini games. Rayman 2, that is. Yeah. Okay. That's and like I said, that's something that I am very down to trying. I just haven't had the time to actually like. Oh, that's right. I gotta shoot these guys. It's something that I'm down to trying. I just Rayman is kind of like towards the bottom of my priorities of stuff that I've been wanting to play recently. But I could definitely put it up higher if it's as good as everybody says. I also love Mario 64 Ocarina of Time as a kid, but I didn't keep playing through it the years that I had the famous. I want to do another playthrough of this someday. Just gotta get around to it. You should 100%, especially if you have a Switch. You should definitely do that because it's part of the NSO plan. And as much as I hate Nintendo for what they're doing right now, the NSO expansion pack is actually kind of worth it because you can say anything. Also, Mario Sunshine's great. I also agree with that.
Thank you for releasing me.
You're welcome. Andor, how's your show going? Isn't it about to end? But I do. I forgot what I was saying completely. Yeah. The NSO plan for the expansion pack, like even if you're like a frame rate snob or a not a frame rate snob, but like a resolution snob, it honestly looks just about as good as it would if you play like a 64 through an upscaler, like I am now. That's the only difference. You're never gonna get that feeling of playing Ocarina of Time like you did as a kid unless you're playing it on a CRT. It's just not gonna happen. But it's so easy to just pick up and play when you're doing it on the Switch, and it's also very easy to just do a 100% run on it because you could just quickly look something up on your phone real quick. And like when you're like too busy to do it, you just literally, if you got 5 minutes, I'm gonna play 5 minutes of Ocarina of Time, just pull out the Switch and you're good. And I started replaying Mario Sunshine about 6 months ago, and then I stopped, and then I just never got around to picking it back up. I should pick it back up. Do you have a favorite Mario game? I'm also double checking just to make sure that I get everything because, like I said, I forget. Everything is like super easy to miss. Like the stuff that's on the the gems that are on the poles, so easy to miss. I should probably go back and double check to make sure that I got everything that direction. Look at that. That was a good call. Good job. Good job, me. I really need to. I don't know what I'm doing. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you tell? Yeah, so, do you have a favorite Mario game? I would like to know, because I'm curious. I would have to say that Mario 64 is my favorite.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
Yeah, Mario 64 is definitely my favorite. I think Sunshine is probably my second favorite, and as much as I love Galaxy, I do have to put it at like my least in terms of like just the original, in terms of like those three, like the three that were included on the 3D All Stars pack, just because I like I like 64 and Sunshine just that much. Favorite Mario aside from 64 is Mario World, even though I prefer 3D. World is really nostalgic, and I love the style, sounds, and music. So are you like a Super Nintendo kid? Like, were you around that?
Thank you for releasing me.
Were you around that age? Like, you were a kid like when Super Nintendo was a thing? I kind of wish that I was. I kind of wish that I was a true 90s kid. I was born in 99, so I'm technically a 90s kid, but like a lot of actual 90s kids would be like, you're not a real 90s kid, and I would kind of agree with that because I was not conscious enough to understand the world during the 90s. I was alive, but I was not there. Alright, 368, almost done. I've played a little bit of Mario World myself. I'm not a huge 2D Mario fan, but I've only played like a little bit of World, and I'd like to play more of it. These, and if I actually start streaming more often like this gives me the excuse to actually do it. Now I have to remember where all of this is. All the stuff that I'm missing is. Is there more stuff over here? There is no. I like how you also had to go. I like how you also went out of your way to actually like think of a more interesting answer than just I like 64 too. That made me happy. Okay. Zillow. I'm not interested in looking at a home right now. I am, but I'm not. Yeah, I was born in '94, so I had a Super Nintendo 64, PS1. I've always had and loved the 90s and 2000 stuff. Right? Oh my gosh, like I do too. Like even though I wasn't like, you know, a part of it, like I love it. I love that stuff. Just anything like anything analog, anything like that still like somewhat resembles the 90s, like is one of my it's so easy for me to just be enthralled by it if it's done correctly or if it's done right. And that's how I get the key right. And honestly, oh, that the chest was that chest right at the beginning of the stage. I forget because there was a chest that needed a key, and I forget where it is. I think it's back this way. I'm born in '94. My brother was also born in '94. So you just turned 30, or you're about to turn 30 at least. Yeah, I think it's back this way. Yeah, I just turned 26 like 10 days ago. 11 days ago. Alright, so the chest is... Where is that chest? Yep, turned 30 in November. Nice. Nice. I don't know, should I feel sorry for you or should I say, yeah, should I say congratulations? Because lots of people have varying opinions on what it's like to hit their 30s. Chest is right there. Perfect. Will this be the rest of the gems? I would very much appreciate it if it is. Is that it? Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yes! That's what I like to see. Let's go. Definitely feel sorry. Got it. Yeah, my wife is gonna turn 27 in June, so in just like a week and a half, she's about to turn 27, and she is consistently telling me I'm so old. I'm like, yeah, you're not. You're really not. But at the same time, yeah, you are. I love her so much. But like, even though if I tell her like, no, you're not old, she'll be like, stop lying to me. Alright, so now that that's done, Ice Cavern's done, we just need to do Dr. Shemp, I think, and then we're done with Peacekeepers, and I think I'm going to call it a stream after I'm done with that. I might be back later tonight. Best way to know is to keep an eye on that stream, and or keep an eye on the stream and look for the follow button. I don't know how to talk, apparently. Dr. Shemp. Let's just keep going. Let's just do this one level, call it a day afterwards, and then I'll be back later probably. Because I don't think my wife and I have anything planned today. Ah, yes. My favorite. I love how you just get, like, somewhat in the aggro range, and it's enough for them to just send the guys out, and then just get up to, like, a high ledge, and then... Oh. And then just do that, and then just let them... Let's just let them kill themselves. Nice and easy. I like the tower aspect of this level. Oh goodness. Oh no. The fact that I couldn't see anything because of the way that default camera angle was placed. That key. I go back up this way so that way I can go to the other ledge with the other guy. All of that's over there. Again, this camera angle that it starts you off with, not fun. Don't run off the ledge. Let the camera do its thing. Good. But yeah, it's crazy how my favorite stuff is all 20 years old now. Right? Like, I keep consistently seeing like memes on Facebook where it's like what 20 years ago feels like, and it's like a picture of the 6th generation of like with Xbox, GameCube, and the PS2 stuff, and then it says like below that's like what 20 years is actually like, and it shows the 360, the Wii, and the PS3. I'm like, no, it's not good. I don't like that.
This guy thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I'll tell you one thing. He should watch his back.
Ah, I like that. I also like that. Like I said, I just played Spyro, like all three of them through the Reigniter trilogy recently. But at the same time, like I played Spyro 1 in one day, and it took me like a day to do Spyro 2, and then it took me like 4 days to do Spyro 3. Turn around. Asshat. Turn around. There we go. It took me like almost a week to do Spyro 3 just because of the fact that it's much bigger compared to the other two, and I also had to work during the week too, so. Fuck you. I'm probably gonna die and have to redo the whole thing. Yep. I am not a fan. Not today. Alright. Can we turn around? Douchebag. Great. Oh, I'm so not used to these controls. God, I'm just not ready for that. Alright, turn around. Got it. Okay, cool. Got that. Alright, one more hit and we're done. I can tank one more hit if I really need to, but I really would prefer not to. Okay. I tanked that last hit. Didn't want to, but you know, here we are. I'm gonna drop down here. Alright. I'm so not used to this camera. I also love how the 5th and 6th gens are the transparent hardware. Yeah, man, I would, as much as I would love to do that too, my wife would not let me do that. She's like, you have way too much stuff already. I'm like, hook it up, just be on display. She's like, nobody would want to see that. I'm like, I would. I personally would. And I got friends that would want to see that too, I think. Alright, yep, that's it. $300, 1 dragon, that's that. Okay. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on the home stretch of this stream. So, as soon as we get back, we're going to get some health, because we lost all of it. And then we're going to... Yeah, it's such a money sink as a collector. Right? Especially now because, like, people realize how much money people are willing to pay for, like, original copies of games, especially if they're, like, sealed. Oh my gosh, man. It's such a hard time to be a collector right now. Like I recently, I think the most recent game that I picked up was Space Station Silicon Valley for the 64. It's a $60 game. I paid $60 for Space Station Silicon Valley. I shouldn't have to pay that much for Space Station Silicon Valley. Alright, so we got some health, and now we're gonna go talk to the balloonist. Gosnold? Can't believe how fast you found so much stolen treasure. Hop aboard for the Magic Crafters world if you're ready. Yep, go to Magic Crafters. Alrighty then. Yeah, but I would love to do that too. I have 2 64s actually. The other 64 that I have, I mean, I have a normal like gray smoke 64, but I also have a Toys R Us Gold Edition 64. The only thing that I'm missing for it is a box that it goes in, but I would very much appreciate that to do all that myself as well, but I have no money, and I have also no space for it right now. When I get my own place, if I get my own place and then my wife and I, we get our own place, and I actually have like a room to store all that stuff, that's when we talk about that. All right, so, I honestly forget, does this save automatically? I hope so. We're 32% way done with the game. Also, when I did buy my gold Toys R Us edition of the 64, it included everything, like the controller and everything, but what it didn't have was a jumper pack. So the console is basically brain dead. like you can play a 64, like you can play a 64, but you need a jumper pack or an expansion pack, and yeah, they sold it to me and they didn't include a jumper pack. And I know I can get one for super cheap, but man, it's just kind of like a cold blow, you know. Alrighty, so real quick, I'm going to do the real talk. So, thank you to everybody that came to show up. Thank you so much to, I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. I should probably look at that real quick. Anthony504. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me and actually talk to me. I really, really appreciate that. You have no idea. But like I said, I have a few things that I have to do today, I think, and not that much else. So I might be back later tonight. And if you are interested, I would very much appreciate it if you come back and hang out with me if you got nothing else going on. But yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Thank you for coming out to the stream. Don't say thanks to the stream for me. Like I'm here because you're here. So thank you very much for that. And hopefully I'll get to see you guys a little bit later tonight. See you later.